brand new back to school mini clothing line just dropped, which includes 3 color block outfits that you guys get to choose from. Each outfit contains 2 pieces, so make sure to check out all of the link in today's video description, or you can find them all in the KrystinPlays Roblox group store. Hey everyone, it's Krystin and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. So for today's video, we are going to be doing a tutorial on how to build the tree house that I have here in my nursery. So if you guys want to see more tutorials like this on my channel, of course, make sure to let me know down in today's video comments. Make sure, of course, that you guys are subscribed and that you have your notifications turned on. And let's go ahead, you guys, and get started with today's treehouse tutorial. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to want to do is go over into the simple shapes. So the first items that we are going to be using is the large cylinder, which is going to be the main tree trunk. And then we're also going to be using these smaller cylinders, and those are going to be the tree branches. Okay, so I am going to change the color to this brown here on the bottom right. And what you're going to want to do is just place these large cylinders on top of each other and just make sure that you place them all the way to the ceiling. And the last brown. So we have the main part of the tree. Now, because this is a tree house, I do want it to look like it's going through. Next, what we're going to need to do is pull out a barrier. And I'm actually going to be pulling out 2 for this. Okay, so in order to add the tree branches, I did go ahead and do 3 on the tree that you guys seen. So what I'm going to do is place one of the barriers behind that we can actually place this one on. And this is how we are going to be adding the first tree trunk in. So what I'm gonna do now, you guys, if you move this away and the actual cylinder snaps, like if we place it this way and we move it, you will see that it automatically goes up. So you just want to make sure that you do have it on the proper angle because they do only allow one angle. So let's kind of move this a little bit more in the center, and ooh, right there is good. Then if we go ahead and actually move this out of the way, you can see that the tree trunk has started. So now just take more of those small cylinders and just kind of take this first branch all the way up onto the ceiling as well. Okay, and finishing up the last branch. Now this can be a little bit time consuming just because you really do want to make sure that these are matching up. But of course it doesn't have to be perfect, you guys, because it is a tree branch and honestly none of them are ever actually straight. And with these branches, you guys want to make sure that you are also taking these all the way to the wall. So all of the tree branches have been added. Now make sure that they all go all the way to the ceiling and also the wall, because that is where the leaves are going to be added eventually. So next step, what we are going to be doing, you guys, is actually adding in the floor of the treehouse. And you're also going to be needing a lot more barriers because you want to make sure that the floor is all the same height. So you want to make sure that you make your platform first. So we're just going to go ahead and add in all of the platforms. We're just going to push the barriers a little bit over so that we can actually add in this side as well. Okay, and the last one's up on the wall. So now we're gonna go ahead, you guys, and start the treehouse floor. So what we're gonna do is go over to the simple shapes and we're going to rotate our colors. So we're gonna pull out a bunch of bricks. So the first line that we are going to be using, you guys, we are going to use this color up here. So it's the darker beige. And what you're going to want to do is actually place a fake brick there that we are going to be taking back out just so that we do have the proper gap size. And you are just going to want to make a pattern of this color, space, this color, and then space all the way to the edge. And also you want to bring this out just a little bit past the tree. Okay, so the width that I build mine is 7 of these long, and we're also going to be filling the middle part in as well, you guys. So just kind of make 7 of these long beige strips. Now we're just going to go ahead and fill them all in. So when we actually get to the other side, you just kind of want to have these peeking out just a little bit so that it looks like it is being built around the tree. So just kind of make sure that they are all even and that you are still making that gap happen. Now that this side is all done, just want to make sure that all of these pieces are going into the tree. So that step is complete. Now next what we're going to want to do. So we do want to make this look like it's actually like wood that is put together, and we don't really want it to look perfect. So then we're going to go over and pull out the medium floor plate. So this is just going to be added temporarily, and just go ahead and place this in underneath of your floor and on top of those barriers. So we're going to place 4 of them just here, and then let's place another one right here. Now what you're going to want to do is go back over to your simple shapes, pull out those bricks, and this one we are going to be making that same brown as our tree. So now we're just going to go ahead, you guys, and fill in all of those empty spaces that we left, and you are going to want to make sure that you come on this side as well to fill it in. Okay, you guys, so the floor part is complete, so you just kind of want to walk around and make sure that you have everything completely filled in. Now we can go underneath and delete out all of the barriers because we are not going to need those thin plates anymore. So definitely make sure that you keep some of these barriers out because we might need them again. Let's get the last one here. So there we have the bottom of the treehouse. Okay, next thing that we're gonna do is actually add the post to make it look like that it is actually holding the treehouse up. So we're just going to place one of the barriers here and take your bricks and just run it from that top with the same color all the way down to the bottom. Now take your barrier and spin it around and just kind of place it a little bit in the middle. So put your grid size to small and just kind of wiggle it back some. Move our barrier, then you guys can see it is a little bit more detailed if you add that sideways one in as well. So next what we're gonna do is take our barrier because we are going to be placing our stair steps. Place this right up against the side like that. Get your placement grid to small, and then we're gonna go ahead and start placing in all of these shelves and make them the same color as the tree, and just kind of make sure that the top of the shelf is pretty even to the top of that floor, and just continue bringing your shelf all the way down to the bottom and kind of just make sure that it's slightly connected so that it does look like an actual ladder. Okay, so I ended up using 5 of these shelves because we are also going to be adding grass underneath, which will actually bring the height up a little bit. Alright, so next what we're going to do is go over to the simple shapes, and we are going to be rotating the large and the regular size discs. So these are going to be the tree leaves, and you guys, there's literally no right or wrong way to do this. So for the first layer, I highly recommend that you have your placement grid on small so that you can easily move these around, and just go ahead and place these around where all of your tree trunks and your branches actually hit the roof. So I use this first dark green color, and these absolutely do not need to be perfect at all, you guys. Okay, so we do have the first layer. Now we're gonna go in and rotate with the smaller disc and the large disc as well. So this is just gonna add a little bit of layers to make the tree look a little bit more realistic. So you want them to be not the exact same size as the first layer because you are still gonna wanna see that. So just kind of randomly place these, kind of similar to how we have made clouds in the past. So now that that part is complete, next what we're gonna do is go ahead and build the inside of the treehouse. So we are gonna be adding a window, more wood, and we're also going to be continuing on with the tree. So the first thing that we are gonna wanna do is put the placement grid back to large, and then we're gonna go over to the bricks and just kind of continue with these bricks a little bit up the wall. So we're going to rotate these, but we're also going to be making these different lengths just so that it does actually look like a piece of wood that's maybe been hand built. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and place in those medium floor plates as well, just so that we can continue on and make it so that the wood is all different layers and levels as well. And don't forget to do the same thing to the upper side as well. So since we do already have the medium floor plates, I'm just going to continue on with the lighter beige and just alternate those brick colors. Okay, and go ahead and delete out that medium floor plate, and now we can continue on with that darker brown. Okay, so because this is the edge of the treehouse, just go ahead and fill that in with that lighter beige color. So now what we're gonna wanna do is make it look like we are actually outside. So we're gonna fill in this gap with a mirror. And the same with this side, make sure that you do fill in that end piece with the lighter beige as well. And then delete out the medium floor plate. Oh my gosh, you guys, it is looking so good. So next what we're gonna wanna do is fill in the ceiling with that greenery from the tree. So for the ceiling, we are gonna be using that thick floor plate, and make sure that you have this pushed all the way into the corner and use the exact same green color. And then just kind of place this as far to the edge as you can. So I'm going to actually just scoot this in a little bit, and we're going to give the edge of this that same fluffy tree edge. You can of course then go back in and add a little bit more of those discs for a little bit more of that fluffy tree feel. And now we're gonna go to the front and see if there's any flat pieces that we do need to add in some of the discs to give it a little bit of a fluffy look. I need a little bit over here. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of fill in where this gap is here as well. And now let's go ahead and actually add in the grass underneath. So how we're gonna add the fake grass, you guys, is actually go ahead and grab your fake bamboo planters and just kind of go ahead and add them randomly all around. So the pot is actually going to be hidden, so you're not actually going to see that. Now we're gonna go back in and add in that thick floor plate. So make sure to use that same green and push it all the way to the back. And we're probably gonna need 2 of these. And just kind of make them edges look super fluffy with those discs. Okay, and now that we have the grass filled in, then you can actually go underneath and just kind of add more of the discs just to kind of make it look a little bit more natural. Okay, so underneath is complete. Now we're gonna go ahead, you guys, and add in the hanging vines and the flowers. First one that we are gonna do, we will actually work our way from the back. And then just go ahead and pull out a bunch of the signs. Go through and turn these all the same color green that we have for the tree leaves. Go in and actually add a bunch of your brackets. So I am gonna go ahead and just copy that so that it will be a lot easier to just kind of fix and replace all of these. Okay, so we have all of our vines created, and of course we can go in and make the size a little bit differently, but let's make sure the placement grid is small. And we're gonna go ahead and make these so that it looks like they are actually hanging vines. We'll make the longer one just kind of hang over by the ladder. And we'll make this one a little bit shorter, but right beside. And we'll make this one even a little bit shorter than the other. Okay, then I'm just gonna go ahead and have another one randomly hanging here as well. And then we can put a few more over here on this edge. And let's put one maybe hanging in the back as well. Okay, so there's the first step. I don't think we're gonna need this one, but we do have all of our vines. So if you guys just want it to look like a little bit more like a regular tree, that is all you really need to do. But if you want to make this a little bit more colorful and maybe have some flowers or blossoms, we're gonna go in and actually pull up the bowls. Bring those barriers forward just so that they are a little bit merged in with those signs. And also make sure that the green from the leaves are not showing as well. Now let's do the little one on the side here, and we're going to continue rotating the larger and the small bowls. Alright you guys, well there is the completed tutorial for the treehouse, and you guys, it is a long process, but it's actually really easy to create. So now that we have the grass, you guys will see that you can actually climb the ladder, and you are in your treehouse. So you guys can decorate it as you want. If you want to use the cardboard box bed, or even some sleeping bags, you guys, would look so adorable in here as well. So of course, if you guys do want to see more tutorials like this on my channel, make sure to let me know down in today's comments. Make sure that you guys are subscribed with notifications on, and hopefully I'm gonna see you all next time. Bye guys!